11 years, I've busted my butt. And what I do, I fold you all, because now, Jay Donaldson is the new AWF champion, and things are about to change.
Welcome to NWF Bustin Loose, and wow, we have a brand new NWF champion, Jay Donaldson. He finally cashed in his second golden ticket. Well, you just heard all about it.
By hook or by crook, Slick Rick, the new NWF champion is Jay Donaldson. Unbelievable!
And what's unbelievable is the challengers are already lining up.
It's already set in stone, Jay Donaldson. Everybody in the world is coming after you. T-Money wants a rematch, and Jay Donaldson, the monster abyss, has stepped forward, and he's coming after you.
Wow. All right, listen to this. Night before Thanksgiving, that's Wednesday, November the 21st, we're going to be down at Bone Crushers, the National Pro Wrestling Training Center. We can't do it unless you come down and join us. It's going to be a great night of wrestling action. Kick off the holiday with us.
It's always a big event, Slick Rick, our pre-Thanksgiving show, and you, just like Slick Rick said, you got to be part of it.
Saturday, November the 24th, we return to Shimmer's Ballroom, Fort Wright, Kentucky, for a huge night of wrestling. It's NWF stuff. It's the Parade of Champions right there in Fort Wright.
And what that means, Slick Rick, is every NWF title that the NWF recognizes will be online at NWF Stuff right there at Shimmer's Ballroom.
That includes Jay Donaldson defending the NWF title right there in Shimmer's against the former champion T-Money. Can't wait to see the big return match.
That's right, Jay Donaldson. Don't rest very long, because on the 24th at the Parade of Champions, you'll be defending against T-Money.
How about the NWF Classics champion Angel? We'll put that title on the line against Chuck E. Smooth.
And in Angel's corner is the return of Rob the Bomb.
Oh.
And Chuck E. Smooth, he is going to have King Kahuna in his corner. It's going to be a great matchup.
Wow, that is going to be great. Also, the NWF Tag Team Champions, the Revolution, they're going to take on the Hippies.
And that's been a long, upstanding feud here in the NWF. Will it ever end? But I tell you what, Slick Rick, the Hippies, they may just win the tag titles at NWF Stuffed.
Hey, let's now hear from the boss of pro wrestling, Sean Bossman, telling us all about what just happened at Fairfield's UAW Hall just this past Saturday.
It was a wild night.
Sean Bossman here, the boss of pro wrestling, along with the NWF CEO, Nate the Snake Pelly, and we had an incredible night here at the Countdown Brawl. A lot of action and a lot of news, not the least of which is the current status of the NWF Championship. Unbelievable. Also, we saw a new NWF Women's Champion as Cindy lost the title to a man. Is that really legal?
Well, that was the match we assigned. That was the match we saw here tonight. And indeed, we do have a new women's champion, Sir Daniel Montingham.
Unbelievable. We also saw two men who've got a lot of frustration amongst each other, Country Wild Matt Stevens and Brody Cormick. And these two continue to get their frustration stirred up by none other than Kirk Shepard, who says he wants to manage one of them, but I think he's just stirring up trouble. Nothing was solved here tonight.
Absolutely not. Nothing at all solved tonight. What about the situation we saw as well tonight? What about that big matchup? Angel, Chuck E. Smooth, that was a huge matchup as well.
Fantastic matchup. Angel still the Classics champion, and of course, we also don't want to forget about the Playboy Scott Hayes as he took on the genuine superstar Anthony Bryant, and that lawyer who's been sending all those cease and desist orders. We saw him tonight. He got involved in the match, took that briefcase, smashed the genuine superstar over the face with it, giving the victory to the Playboy.
And what about the Countdown Brawl? The big one here tonight in Fairfield. I couldn't believe it. Jay Donaldson, somehow, someway, for the second year in a row, coming out on top, walking away with a golden ticket, which, by the way, Bossman, I had to take last year's golden ticket from him to start the show tonight because it had expired, and then Jay Donaldson overcoming the odds somehow, someway has got that golden ticket once again, and then he cashed it. I couldn't believe it.
Heavyweight championship.
Absolutely, I couldn't believe it. T-Money and Chiron, what a matchup it was. Somehow T-Money was able to overcome the odds and defeat the monster known as Chiron. Injured ribs and all here tonight in Fairfield. But then after the match, Jay Donaldson, he wasn't going to wait a whole year this time to cash in that golden ticket. He came out to the ring, cashed it in for a match immediately with an already injured T-Money. And still, somehow, it looked like T-Money was going to overcome the odds and keep his NWF championship until the referee... I could not believe it.
I'm at a complete loss for words for this.
I could not believe it. The referee refusing to count the three.
He
just
had
in
him 1,
blame.
2, 3.
I couldn't believe it. And then the referee, just looking at T-Money, slapped him. And then Jay Donaldson threw T-Money into a steel chair, pinned him 1, 2, 3, and yes, ladies and gentlemen, Jay Donaldson is the new NWF champion.
Unbelievable. Ladies and gentlemen, this is why you do not want to miss any NWF show. When it comes to your area, make sure you see it, because this is where the action is. Along with Nate the Snake, I'm Sean Bossman saying, till next time, my friend.
NWF stuffed the parade of champions at Shimmers. The unified championship will be on the line. Virus will defend against Nasty Russ.
These two are very evenly matched up. Slick Rick, they've had battles in the past, and they have been classics. In fact, I believe they won Match of the Year last year. So it is going to be a tremendous matchup. Come on down and see Virus defend a title against Nasty Russ.
Plus, the Tri-State title will be on the line with the Bronze God. Danny Todd defends against Miguel Sanchez.
Miguel Sanchez is on quite a roll right now, Slick Rick. He might just beat the Bronze God.
And the NWF Women's title is on the line in a big return match. Sir Daniel Montingham,
New women's champion.
I can't believe it, takes on Cindy.
I tell you what, Cindy definitely wants to even the score and get the women's title back.
You'll also see the genuine superstar Anthony Bryant in action. Takes on Playboy Scott Hayes. Remember Playboy Scott Hayes faxed that whole cease and desist thing in.
That's right, and he is not going to let that go, Slick Rick. He wants to prove that Anthony Bryant, the genuine superstar, that the Playboy is the original and the only superstar.
All right, and I think it's now time to hear from the superstars of the Northern Wrestling Federation on all the upcoming events we have coming on here.
This Saturday night, Miguel Sanchez is coming after my Tri-State title at Shimmers Ballroom. I don't know what in the world makes him think he has a chance at taking the Tri-State title off of this waist, but he needs to measure up a little taller than that to compete with the Bronze God at Shimmers Ballroom.
24 di noviembre, Shimmers Ballroom, Danny Todd, Nueva Tri-State Champion, Ole!
Playboy Scott Hayes, enough is enough. After what you did in Fairfield, the lawyers, the cease and desist letters, you're going to step back into the ring with a genuine superstar live in Fort Wright, Kentucky, live at Shimmers Ballroom, and live in the Northern Wrestling Federation ring. You will be beat by the genuine superstar. You will be beat by absolute perfection. You will be beat by me, Anthony Bryant.
Chucky Smooth. Bet you're walking around all high and mighty now that Smooth as you want to be Tour is picking up momentum in the NWF. And that you're being a little weight with King Kahuna. Well, let me tell you something. I'm walking around with a little high and mighty myself. Because the old band's back together. The NWF Originals. And we started our own little tour. It's called Keep On Truckin' 2012. And I got a whole truckload of dynamite. A little explosion, if you will. But November 24th at Shimmers Ballroom, when the Smooth As You Want to Be tour and the Keep On Trucking tour collides, I can't wait to see a look on your face and the NWF fans' face when that bomb goes off.
Virus,
You, me, and that Unified Championship have a lot of history. As a matter of fact, I was the man you beat for that championship. I made that belt famous, and it looked its best around my waist. After Saturday, Shimmer's Ballroom, it's gonna look even better when once again I become the Unified Champion. Boom!
Warning, warning.
August 13th, 2011. A day that's been burned into my brain. FanFest 5. Nasty Russ versus Sean the Virus Hard Drive for this Unified Championship. It was one of the greatest matches in NWF history. Feud of the year, match of the year. It changed our careers forever. But on November 24th, live on November 24th, live at Shimmer's Ballroom, Nasty Russ, we do it again on November 24th. We set the history books on fire.
This Saturday night, Shimmer's Ballroom, it's the Parade of Champions, it's NWF stuffed, and you will see the genuine superstar Anthony Bryan take on Playboy Scott Hayes, plus the NWF Women's title is on the line. Sir Daniel Montingham, the new, women's champion, against former champion Cindy. The Tri-State title is on the line. Bronze God Danny Todd defends against Miguel Sanchez. Unified title on the line when Virus defends against Nasty Russ. The Revolution put the NWF Tag Team titles on the line against the Hippies. The NWF Classics titles on the line. Angel defends against Chucky Smooth. In Angel's corner, Rob the Bomb. Chucky Smooth has King Kahuna in his corner. And the big one, the Northern Wrestling Federation title on the line. This Saturday night at Shimmer's Ballroom, Jay Donaldson versus former champion T-Money. Wow, what a big night of wrestling action. NWF style right there at Shimmer's.
It is definitely Bustin Loose, Slick Rick. We got two big events. We are going to see you Thanksgiving Eve, Wednesday night, the 21st, at Bone Crushers, and then NWF stuff, the Parade of Champions, Saturday, November the 24th. The NWF is on fire. You do not want to miss it. Speaking of excitement, speaking of being on fire, let's go to this footage from this past Saturday at Fairfield UAW Hall. We'll see you next week. We're at Slick Rick.
You will see us at Bone Crushers and Shimmer's.